Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Oops. Well, hello, everybody. Trying to make it so I don't pull down my phone or cause the lights to fall or any other ridiculous thing that might happen. So, we have, I think, one more week of. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. We have, I think, one more week of Endangered Barnyard, which will be next week. And then we're back to doing our regular schedule. Hi. Thank you. And next month we will be doing, well, let's cover April. We have March 26th, which is next week, the Arapawa goat, another in our series on the endangered barnyard. We have Javan rhino, black-footed ferret, Titan arum, northern hairy-nosed wombat, and the pied tamarin coming at you next month. Those are our live titles coming up for next month. And today we are doing Endangered Barnyard Navajo-Churro sheep. Hi, I'm doing good. How are you? We're going to give it another 2 minutes, and then we're going to get started with our topic for this evening. So if you have any other questions for me, you can ask. Otherwise, we're going to hang tight for another 2 minutes, or for another minute. I take that back. It has been a good week, maybe. Found out I have to replace my phone charger cord, which doesn't make me happy, but it's always got to be something, huh? Don't forget, if you are here and you're enjoying live, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That helps more people find me. I'm feeling good. We have a few more seconds before we start. Today's topic was sort of suggested by my moderator to do a barnyard series on endangered barnyard animals, and this one is that. It is endangered. And we're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to get started. Hi everyone, I'm Charlie, and this is the Wildlife Replica World. Hey, I got it right that time. Live for Thursday, March 12th. It's not the 12th, is it? It's the 19th. I didn't change the date. 2026. And today we are going to be looking at the Navajo-Churro sheep. We're going to talk about its breed history, its status nowadays. That's okay, Mr. Biggie Back. I'm covering it anyway, because I do have people who do watch. So this breed is descended from yet another Spanish breed. Seems to be a theme in doing these. Hi, nature fan. Welcome back. So this is a Spanish breed, maybe even a Portuguese breed. The sheep came with the Spanish when they arrived in North America in 1540. This was a time when the indigenous people, eventually, I'm thinking no. Maybe spelled like the food, but I'm not sure. This was a time not a good time to be indigenous in North America, because the Spanish, especially in the Southwest, were good for saying, hey, work for us. And sometimes that meant willingly, but it also meant sometimes it meant enslavement. Hi, Jacko Walter. So the indigenous people were either enslaved or paid to tend the livestock and to weave textiles for the Spanish. It was warm here today too. It was so nice. The Spanish developed quite the textile industry on the backs of indigenous people in the southwest of what would become the United States. Because of where the Navajo lived, they gained sheep and goats either through raids or trade. But after the Pueblo revolt against the Spanish, the Navajo people were able to expand their flocks. So either the Spanish left them, or the Navajo were able to just take them. Yes, I'm excited. I saw my first crocus flowers today, which was amazing. The sheep for the Navajo would be used for milk, fiber, and meat. I don't have any pets, unfortunately. The tribe would, over time, develop and trade with other indigenous people, the Spanish, the Mexican, and American traders, in the sheep. Now, the ewes, that is a female sheep, if you don't know, make great moms, and they're known for giving birth to single lambs, twins, and even on rare occasions, triplets. Their slender bodies and long legs help them navigate through the desert landscape, and it's often considered to be it is a critically endangered farm breed. The rams are known to have not 2, but 4 horns on their heads, something that a few other breeds of sheep are also known for having. Now, there are around 5,000 of them in North America, with about 1,500 on the Navajo reservation. Now, a lot of serious bad things going on with the Navajo. As we talk about this, the U.S. government decided to go to war with the Navajo, or the Kain people. I think that's how you pronounce it. The Dine. I'm sorry, the Dine. Not sure I'm pronouncing that right, but sorry if I am. Decided to go to war. U.S. government decides they're going to go to war with the Navajo, and they send in, if you like the Old West, and that's a part of something that you really like, is the Old West in the United States, you will know Kit Carson, and he was sent in to do some dirty work for the government. Mainly, he attacked the Navajo, and he did scorched earth, where he burned crops, burned the land, destroyed homes, slaughtered livestock, and he unalived some of the Navajo themselves. Now, this took place in 1860. And by 1890, there were over 1 million sheep on the reservation. Come 1930, there were 2 million. Now, in the 1930s, the government thought, there's too many animals on the reservation. It's being overgrown. It's being overgrazed. So they started the Navajo Livestock Reduction Program. Yeah. The Navajo Livestock Reduction Program. Any questions up to this point pertaining to the subject at hand? Remember, if you're liking this live, give it a thumbs up and help more people find it. Okay, moving on. As a result, thousands of sheep, goats, and horses were unalived. The economy of the Navajo Nation was quickly destroyed. The people, or at least some of the people, were now living on government subsidies and subsistence farming, meaning they were raising their own food. By 1977, there were only 450 of these animals left. Now, the good news is we do have conservation programs set up to preserve this breed. And the success of these programs, much like the incredible perseverance of the Dine people, is a testament to what a dedicated community can achieve. It's this spirit of conservation and growth that perfectly leads us to our next announcement. I want the Wildlife Replica World live channel to be more than just a broadcast. We want to be a growing community with a future as bright as the Navajo-Churro's sheep's future. That's why we have some exciting news about how we're working to make the channel even better. Stick around because we're diving into all the details of our upcoming channel rework. And some of this I've already mentioned, but if you have questions, comments, concerns during this, let me know. So, when it comes to shorts, here is the rundown. Except I forgot Sunday. Nice. It is as follows. Animal facts on Monday. Tuesday will be conservation facts about the animal that we're doing in our review. And if the animal is of least concern, we will do an ecological impact. Wednesday, we're going to keep Random Question Wednesday. Thursday will be Predator or Prey Spotlight. That all depends upon the animal that we are reviewing that week. Prehistoric Friday will be a prehistoric version of said animal. And if I can't find a prehistoric version, then we're going to look into its genus and find a cousin to discuss. Saturday will be Reality Shift, where I show the animal figure and then the animal in its natural habitat. You won't know this necessarily unless you've been hanging out in the community page on this channel, but the community page schedule is going to be this. Zoo exhibit from my paper zoo on Monday, featuring the animal. Tuesday, species spotlight, more facts about said animal. Loopy Android, please clean up your language. Wednesday is going to be an announcement. Well, then you can enjoy peace and quiet. Wednesday, I will announce next week's animal review. Thursday, the animal, we're going to look and see how that animal might have evolved if it had a chance to. Friday is your chance to grade the animal or review the animal figure. Saturday, once again, we will take the figure and place it into AI. And I don't remember. And then Sunday, sort of a game day, you will get to guess the next animal that we're going to review off the shelf behind me. And that will sort of be like we did on the other channel, to black them out. And you'll be able to see and try to guess what the animal is. Some of them are going to be really, really easy. Some of them maybe not. I hope it works. I hope these changes will work. Also new, and I need to get on this because we're adding a new video next week. I'm expanding the idea of the paper zoo exhibits. It'll feature whatever animal we're focusing on. So if it's going to be the giraffe, which is on the shelf somewhere. It's right. Yeah, it's on the shelf. You'll get a blueprint of the exhibit, and then you will get a walkthrough of the exhibit with facts and all types of insanity. And if it's an outside exhibit, well, you'll get that too. This covers everything that I'm switching up on the channel or for the channel and the community page. Speaking of community, now it's time to hear from all of you. I'm opening up the chat so you can send in your questions about the sheep, the new schedule, or anything else that you would like to discuss in the live. So time is yours. I don't like using AI, but it's really becoming a tool in a lot of different ways. If you've seen some of the pictures from the zoo exhibits that we've been doing, then you know how amazingly awesome it is. Or at least how well it's been going. Sorry, I'm... Will animals ever be able to use the internet? I don't know. That's a good question. And it's one I don't know. It's possible for something like maybe a chimp. I think it was Tuesday's live, or maybe with a friend. There is a bonobo in Ohio, I think it is, where they've been able to communicate with it, and they're actually using it to communicate with other bonobos. Somebody, a photographer for National Geographic, was saying that it hadn't come in to the area where he was photographing yet. So he asked the keepers, "Where is so-and-so?" And they go, "Well, he'll be out in a few minutes." And he was like, "Oh, you're going to bring him out in a few minutes?" He goes, "Oh, no. He told us he would be out in a few minutes, and in a few minutes he did come out on his own." And they said that they use him to find out what the other animals are doing or saying, and he responds. So I don't know. Will they be able to use the internet? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know what to think about that. Anything is possible, I suppose, in the long run. Also, I don't know if I said it or not, but lives are going to be doubling up on both channels. Hopefully I do need to take care of that on this channel because they have not been doubled up yet. Some of them have been successfully paired up. Others have not. So that's something that's going to start happening on this channel, just like we do on the other channel. Hi, everybody. If you're enjoying live today, why not join in the conversation? And also click that thumbs up button. Nature Fan knows this. Guys, this is a channel that is open to all ages, so curse words will get you timed out. Unless you take care of it yourself. So, just keep that in mind. Wow, 15 people. Hello, everybody. I don't know where everybody's at. And Nature Fan, that is a good question. I wish I had a better answer for you. But I could see maybe dolphins using some method of technology. And I could see bonobos. Maybe even chimps. It all depends. Have you guys seen any of the short, I guess they're shorts or reels that are going around where they show a mummy and then they bring the mummy back to life to where it's walking around? They don't talk, and it is AI, but it is seriously amazing. They took King Tut and they did it to him. Such an amazing sight to see someone that has been dead for centuries, and you're able to look into their eyes and see them moving, and it's just mind-blowing. It really, really is mind-blowing. Thank you, Kayla Ananka. I hope I pronounced your name right, for subscribing. Some of them, yes. And that may have been Razored. King Tut was an interesting guy. There was a show on Tubi, something about the voice of the dead. And they talk about different people or different groups. And they talk about them, how they died, their lives, what their lives were like. And then towards the end, they do their voices. They did one on King Tut. And that one you don't necessarily hear him talking, but you hear his words being spoke in Coptic. And then you hear it in English, but with a Coptic accent. The next one, and I started it, I just didn't finish it. It's on some of the people that died in Pompeii and Herculaneum. Anyway, some of the other cities around Vesuvius. That one should be good. Should be interesting. And people think I'm only interested in nature. Nope, I love archaeology too. Just don't talk about it much on here because it's nature and animals and plants and stuff like that. Nature fan, any plans for the weekend? I wouldn't say that I was obsessed with ancient Egypt. Oh, nice. I'm hoping to have a working phone before the weekend is over. Oh, that's nice. I bet she enjoys that. I'm glad she's doing better.
What's going on, Lake Station? Got all this wood here. You guys pass by and see all this.
I just saw something somebody posted about the city that I live in and people not taking care of the streets. He lives on a street. There's wood in it, or wood laying on the road. He thinks the city should come out and clean it up. You're out there videotaping it. Wouldn't it make sense just to... No, it's material that in the past couple weeks, during one of those storms, if you're going to videotape it and post about it, wouldn't it make sense to do it yourself? I mean, we've had branches fall into our street And we pick them up and move them. And we put them into our cans that the yard scraps get put into. I don't know. It just seems petty. I mean, I get it if you can't pick them up. But I don't know. Some things we could do better on. I mean, I get it if it's like a deceased animal in the road. I get that. But if it's just small pieces of wood laying in the street, you could pick it up. That's just me and my mindset. I have to go out and pick up sticks out of the yard. I'll probably do some of that after I finish the video for today or for tomorrow. For the other channel, the main channel. It's going to be on the horsehair worm. I don't think so. I don't even know what the last trailer I saw. I've heard there's going to be a new villain. I've heard something about maybe the lizard. Ah, okay. That's okay. No reason to. Oh, it was filmed in Glasgow. Leeds. That sounds like vulture. Scorpion. Never mind. Crazy. Yeah, I just read the. Wow. That. I've only seen that storyline once, and that was in one of the Spider Man cartoons. That would make for an interesting movie. Morbius, I don't know if it appears on Tubi in the UK, but Morbius is on Tubi. I like Morbius even if the movie stank. I like the character. Maybe I'm a sucker for vampires. I think the movie is fairly accurate as far as what happened to him. He was experimenting with vampire bats, and then he decided to um make the unfortunate decision to experiment on himself. And yeah, never experiment on yourself. It never works out really well. He's an interesting character. I don't know how much he's utilized nowadays. 11 people have voted. Interesting. 73% of you said you've never heard of the sheep. Guys, if you're coming in late and you're wondering why we're still not talking about the sheep, because once I cover the topic, I'm done with it and I move on. The males, the rams can have up to 4 horns, which is crazy. I wish I would have thought about that when I did the thumbnail. It's a really cool looking sheep. I think, anyway. So, little quick story. I wanted a popsicle. I don't know what you guys call them in the UK, but I went out, grabbed my pops, went out into the garage, and I heard like something flying around. And I looked, and sure enough, there's a bird in the garage. My dad had been in it and hadn't closed the side door on it. And the bird had got in. Luckily, it found its way out, but not what I wanted to be greeted by when I entered the garage, that's for sure. We have a few more minutes, guys. So if you want to chime in to the chat and say hi or whatever, this is your chance. And if you're watching and you're one of my Facebook friends and you have questions, Facebook is open. You can send those to me via Facebook as well. They wouldn't necessarily fly through a window, but they would try to. An open window? Maybe. Maybe. I know sometimes we had incidences at the college that I went to where the birds would hit the windows and either be killed or be stunned. Happens in big cities. That's why sometimes if you go to zoos and they have the bird decals on the glass on the exhibits, that's why. It's so that the birds know that there's something there. Because we've had birds get into our house. It definitely could happen. Anyway, guys, I haven't spoken to her today at all because my phone. So yesterday, I went to charge my phone. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was Tuesday. I plugged my phone in for the night, and I went to set the phone down where I let it rest after plugging it in, and the part that charges, the little metal piece that plugs into the phone, broke off in my phone. So I had to pull it out. I know Carrie's been sick. And although I can charge my phone with a charger, it doesn't keep a charge. When I plugged my phone in, when I set up my phone for chat or for live, it was at 46. And it's now up to 45. So, yeah. Nice. Yeah. I don't think D-Man is set up to be moderator on this channel because usually we don't need him. D-Man, honestly, I've not had the people coming in like we do. I think this might even be the first time that I've had to time somebody out on this channel. It's usually me and Carrie and sometimes Nature Fan, and that's about it. It's usually pretty quiet. Now tomorrow, going into spring break, who knows what's going to happen, but I have not been doing TikTok mainly because trying to figure out what to talk about is one thing. And two, I'm kind of tired of sometimes I would have moderators, sometimes I wouldn't. I can't have kids being moderators. So just really, really don't like going live on TikTok. But I need to, but it's just another thing. And if you've been in my TikTok lives, it's rough. Like, YouTube is 1,000 times better, I feel like. Like, I feel like the topics I discuss here wouldn't fly on TikTok. And I mean, that's great. I would love to drum up business for the Spooky channel. But I mean, I get hate on here once every blue moon. It's on TikTok. It's if one person starts it, it's a whole cascade. And I do this partially for the fun of it. Yeah. I mean, it's obvious it's not. But the problem is, I would tell them that it's not real, and somebody else would come in and ask, and then somebody else would come in and ask, and somebody else would come in and ask, and it's like, it was completely and utterly bizarre. And I thought TikTok would help me increase my YouTube. It really hasn't. And I probably shouldn't have stopped doing TikTok. But it's like, it's work. TikTok is harder than YouTube. Honestly. Stuff that I'm pretty sure would get somebody banned here on YouTube is allowed on TikTok, and I'm just like, nope. Ooh, happy spring. It felt like spring today. It was warm, it was sunny. I should have taken more advantage of it, but I didn't. I finished the karst script today, and I'm working on the script for the Swanee River. I don't know what the video is going to look like for it, but nice. Um, The muscle video script is typed up. That'll be then I think that's the next video in line. Well, my plan is this. My plan is to discuss endemic species, talk about some of the famous critters in the river, talk about the headwaters for the river, it's where it comes to an end, whether it's a delta or entering another river. So hopefully it's an interesting video. I definitely think the karst video is going to be interesting. I talk about like what it is, some of the other landscapes, like in Madagascar is one of my favorite landscapes for it. Talk a little bit about sinkholes and a few other things here and there. But hopefully have that up and ready for Sunday. That's my goal. This is such a busy time of the year for me. I feel like my head is spinning. That would be nice. I'm sure the river would appreciate having that extra bit of water. The robins are singing. Why would you go? But anyway, I'm probably going to be going too, just because I have a video to get out. Good night, nature fan. Be good, everybody. I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Bye, D-Man. Thanks for coming in. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.